I'm sorry, I meant to say
yeah.
Diddy, not Biggie.
Well,
Diddy.
if you punch in on the picture here, you see Diddy, you see Suge Knight, and then
I apologize. I meant to add that Diddy wasn't that big of a deal. If you click on this picture, you'll see Diddy and Suge Knight, along with a number of their friends below them. But two pocket biggies are the top as you or Pat. Yes, so what is going on? I mean, everyone is in there. That 50 Cent called Diddy out so frequently. She mentioned it once on Charlamagne. God's podcast, you know, he talks about clubs and breakfast. He mentions how Diddy once said, "Hey, let me go buy you some clothes. Let me take you shopping." To which Diddy replied, "Well, you want to take me shopping. What are you talking about?" T.I. called Diddy out, and 50 other people were afraid he wouldn't believe the newest craze in the hip-hop industry, which is reportedly a spicy rumor about Keefe spilling some astounding, despite KD's recent arrest in connection with Tupac's murder. Rumors have it that Keefe is hinting that Diddy may have been involved in taking down Tupac to hide some shady business. The mystery surrounding the case is still tantalizingly thick. It appears that Diddy may have more than just hit songs to hide these days. Let's go back in time to the night of Tupac Shakur's tragic death on September 13, 1996. The hip-hop world was forever changed when the legendary rapper was shot 4 times in the chest at a Las Vegas stoplight by an unidentified gunman. According to the Los Angeles Times, when the investigation began in 2002, it was as murky as a swamp. Witnesses were as cooperative as a cat in a bathtub, and they only touched the surface of gang-related leads, making Tupac's murder one of those mysteries that left everyone scratching their heads. Prior to Tupac's death, he was living large, attending the Bruce Seldon versus Mike Tyson boxing match at the MGM Grand in Sin City, Las Vegas, with Marion Shoe Knight, the bigwig behind Death Row Records. As they were leaving the match, one of Knight's buddies, Traven T.R. Lane, a member of the Compton Mob PS gang, spotted Orlando Baby Lane Anderson from the rival Southside Compton Crips gang there in the MGM Grand lobby. But here's the kicker. Anderson and his Southside Crips had attempted to rob Lane earlier that year at a Foot Locker in Lakewood, California. Shaker's crew and Knight's entourage joined the party, turning the MGM Grand lobby into a battlefield. Security had to swoop in to break up the chaos, but not before it was all caught on the MGM Grand surveillance cameras after the dust settled. Tupac returned to the Lure Las Vegas, where he split the beans with his girlfriend Kidada Jones about his involvement in the whole Anderson showdown. He promised to reunite with her after entering the MGM Grand. But things took a sharp left turn. Shakur and Knight hopped into a slick BMW sedan, changed into their party gear, and headed to Club 662, which, by the way, was owned by Knight. They were on their way to perform at a charity concert, and little did anyone know that would be one of Tupac's final acts before that tragic night took him away from us forever. However, Tupac's world is about to come crashing down, as it is the witching hour 11:00 p.m. on the streets of Las Vegas. He and Suge Knight are first stopped by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police for excessively loud rocking and driving without license plates. But what's this? The authorities finally let them go with a warning, after discovering that the plates were chilling in the trunk. However, the real drama starts at about 11:15 p.m. when they come to a stop at a stop sign next to the Maxim. Shots ring out from the back seat twice in the chest, once in the arm, and once in the thigh as Hotel Tax speaks with 2 women in the car next to them. They both smile and extend invitations to Club 662, but that's when things start to get suspicious. A white Cadillac pulls up on Knight's right side. Tupac's bouncer, Frank Alexander, was meant to accompany him in Knight's vehicle, but he ended up riding in someone else's vehicle as backup in case they managed to escape the club following the attack. One of the convoy vehicles pursues the ascent, But the same individuals that disappeared to me, that's an incredible coincidence that the same persons who Biggie and Bad Boy were utilizing as protection when they traveled to Los Angeles also just so happened to fight with Tupac in Vegas. I don't know about that, and I don't think anything is coincidental. Why would you tell the crew members who are the littest that these are the guys who drove Tupac a mile from the scene, despite Knight's injuries, at a flat tire on their car before getting pulled over again by the bike patrol? They were taken to the University Medical Center, which is only a short distance from where their wild night started at the MGM Grand GOI. Rahimi, the director of a death row music video, claims that the shooters threatened Tupac over a hospital phone. He reports it to the Las Vegas police, who are too busy to investigate further. No attackers ever show up at the hospital, so everyone is on edge. Once there, Tupac is severely sedated and on life support. A day after the shooting, Tupac regains consciousness, his eyes puffy and full of mucus. But Jones assures him she loves him while playing Don McLean's Vincent on the CD player beside his bedside. In an unfortunate turn of events, Knight's mother decides to turn off Tupac's life support at 4:03 p.m., despite the fact that he is permitted to leave the hospital and claims he heard something but didn't see anything. Even the police were baffled, and it seemed that Tupac's crew wasn't eager to comply. The world lost an icon when Tupac Shakur's death was formally declared in 2002. The Los Angeles Times unleashed a shocking two-part expose headlined, "Who Killed Tupac Shakur?" by Chuck Phillips, which was akin to a real-life crime thriller and had everyone on the edge of their seats. Only hours before Orlando Anderson, the triggerman, was identified as the person who fired those fatal shots. Phillips said that the shooting was planned by the infamous Southside Crips from Compton, who were seeking revenge for a beating Tupac had reportedly given one of their own. Nevertheless, the Las Vegas police showed little interest in looking into Anderson's case. They spoke with him briefly during an unrelated gang shootout. Anderson met an unfortunate end almost 2 years later, either by coincidence or something more sinister. This was before September 7, 1996, as everyone knows. Tupac Shakur was an artist signed to Death Row Records, and Death Row Records CEO, Marion S.G. Knight, was closely connected to the mob and criminal street gangs. They also had a running feud with the Southside Compton Crips. The Southside Compton Crips, led by Dwayne Davis, were the group's shot caller and leader. On September 7, 1996, Tupac Shakur, Suge Knight, and members of their entourage, including members of Impu, traveled to Las Vegas to watch the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. While both groups were there, members of Death Row Records spotted Orlando Anderson outside the elevator bank of the MGM and started punching and kicking him. Now that I've shown you the hotel security tape, which many of you have seen, you will see Tupac Shakur punching and kicking Orlando Anderson while sporting a shiny satiny shirt and Moran shite, a big man in a brown suit. After this, you will see hotel security step in and remove them from the scene. This is where things get even more juicy, with several East Coast rappers getting involved, including the sworn enemy of Tupac, the Notorious Big, and the essay by Phillips dropped a surprise. It is almost like a hip-hop soap opera, with rivalries, secrets, and shady deals that rival any Hollywood thriller. The second section of Phillips' expose extensively examined the Las Vegas police's handling of the investigation, and boy, was it a hot mess. They seem to have brushed aside a number of crucial facts. Firstly, they disregarded the argument between Tupac and Anderson that took place in the MGM Grand M foyer just hours before the killing. Secondly, they erred by failing to get in touch with a member of Tupac's entourage who had information about the attackers but tragically passed away before he could divulge it. Finally, they neglected to follow up on a crucial tip from a witness who saw a white Cadillac that bore a striking resemblance to the one used in the massacre. Key Duane in a disturbing plot element, D. Davis, who authorities claim ordered the hit on the iconic rapper back in 1996, has finally been apprehended and charged with murder, sending shockwaves across the hip-hop industry. Although he may not be the trigger man, they refer to him as the puppet master. D has been under investigation for a long time, and now, in an astounding turn of events, the law has finally caught up with him. He has confessed in interviews and even revealed the truth in his 2019 autobiography, Compton Street Legend. He acknowledged providing the gun used in the drive by shooting that resulted in Tupac's death. Now 60 years old, D was